You want me to just let this rock out for a minute or two? I want to get in the flow of the show. I want to give everybody a big salute. How everybody doing out there today? It's been fun. It's been a long grind to get this far. We got one more game to go. With that one more game is the Super Bowl. So I'm excited that the Super Bowl is right around the corner. So with that being said, from the shootouts to the blowouts to the shootouts and all the games in between, I would like to welcome everybody to Point Game. So what's up, Jay? What we got going on today, man? I mean, how was your weekend? Okay, you're muted.
Good. It was good, cuz.
I got you.
Did a lot of moving around.
My weekend was restful. Last weekend I did a lot of traveling. This weekend I just wanted to chill. I just wanted to relax. I relaxed and watched some games, basketball practice and all that good stuff. But other than that, that's all I had. Yeah, I relaxed, watched games, and my basketball practice.
I got you.
My team coming along. We turning the curve now. We started to practice with each other. Enough. One of my guys was telling me, he's like, look, you teaching me the game, but what you teaching me the game, but what I'm really impressed is that now, I can see you. I can see one of your tendencies. Sometimes you will just cut your eye, look at me, and nobody else realizes when you're doing a crossover. And if I seal my body, you won't get me the ball. I told him, yeah, man, that's my thing. I got to get you the ball where your highest scoring percentage is. So always be ready. And now he's starting to try to emulate me. If he got the ball in his hands and I'm on the block, you know what I'm saying? So they learning now. I got a good feeling about this team.
That's what's up, man.
We got a couple scrimmages already going down. This weekend we scrimmage in a high school team. Okay, see where we stand. And then I got a
high school.
I think it's either North Lenore or South Lenore, one of them schools. Because a guy came out there, he the coach of the team. He was like, hey, why not bring my boys out here and let us run? I was like, well, that's all right, but I already had a schedule. The boys coming from the county, they're gonna come up Sunday and they're gonna scrimmage too. So I got 2 scrimmage games on Sunday. I'm gonna let the B team scrimmage, the school team, and the A team, the starters. We're gonna scrimmage the boys coming from Pamlico because I got some studs coming and they're gonna run us out the gym. And I want my starting 5 to be ready to go. You know what I mean?
So, don't sleep on them high school boys. Them boys from Ronald.
Well, it ain't that point. I just know the studs that I got coming from Pamlico, they runners, they jumpers, they probably be throwing alleys, and my old self can't be burnt out running behind no high school kids if I know that them studs coming. I ain't sleeping on them. It ain't about me sleeping on it. It's about me. I want to be as fresh as I can be when them college kids and them standout, them high school standouts coming from Pamlico come to play. You know what I'm saying? I can't be run up and down the court for no kid, running behind no kids for an hour and then get up there and then the boys from Pamlico come and run me out the gym. What's up, Mr. Mitch? How you doing today?
I'm doing good. How about you? How about y'all, man?
I'm doing great. We were just talking about the weekend. You came in right on time. How was your weekend?
It was good. It was good. The weather was nice. But same old. Enjoy some sports. Watch a lot of basketball. Watch a lot of football. Just kick my feet up. Took it easy.
The snow don't melt it up.
No, it didn't snow the weekend.
It would have melted. It would have melted. It was 70, 80 degrees this weekend. It got to be gone.
Yeah.
Was it that?
Gone.
Was it that warm up there with y'all? Because I mean, it was 73, 75. I almost cranked my motorcycle up this weekend, man.
I know that's right.
Them
I
boys
think
was out
in
there
the
too.
right around the 60s.
Okay.
Oh shoot. It was 70, it was 73 on Friday. It was like 78 Saturday. It was 72 or 3 Sunday. Just that every time I went to go try to get on it, I was doing something with my family and couldn't tote everybody. So, you know, but if it was just me by myself, I would have put some miles on that thing this weekend because it was just warm enough too. But I'm thankful that it's cooling back off. It's been in the 30s today because I mean, if that ain't a sign of global warming, what is? Where it's supposed to be 30, it went from the teens to almost 80 for about almost a week. Now it's back down in the 30s where it should be.
Yeah.
So with that being said, we're gonna jump right on in this thing. What do y'all think about this weekend? Now I know what we all think because we've been texting each other in our friends / podcast / friends and family and just homeboy group. But I want everybody that's gonna see this, what do y'all think about the weekend? Okay, don't everybody go first. I'll go first then. I didn't want to step on nobody's points because, throughout the year, we kind of all step on each other's points. So I'm going to let y'all go, but I'll go. This weekend, I'm going to be honest with you, I felt like Baltimore blew it. That's what I feel like. Last week podcast, we talked about I wanted Lamar to get to the Super Bowl because I don't want him to be put in that. Remember, I named out Dak Prescott, Tony Romo. Now I'm going, I can't even add Jim Kelly because Jim Kelly would make it to the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? That they just fall short. And I didn't want him to get that stigma. And of course, I predicted it. Now they got that stigma. Lamar just ain't got enough to win the big games. Now, I don't put it all on Lamar, but I do put some of the emphasis on him. Even though the coach might give you a play call, you don't have to run that doggone post. You don't have to throw it to the post and the up and the go route every single time. You got other receivers that's running intermediate or medium routes. Seemed like he was just trying to go long, like he was trying to throw the long ball every single time. Did y'all get that, or was it just me?
Yeah. And it was just like I had said when we was doing our predictions. I knew Andy Reid was going to try to do was just take everything that he do, something that he do well, try to make him throw left-handed or whatever by making him feel uncomfortable. He sat back and he knew everything that he said, okay, we're going to disguise these blitzes because we know he don't pick up blitzes well or whatever. So they disguised blitzes or whatever. And they said that what they practiced on that week was stopping him from being an A to B runner, make him run lateral, and different things like that they worked on in practice or whatever. So it made, on top of Harbaugh not having the Ravens prepared, I think Harbaugh didn't do well having them prepared for the Chiefs. It was just Andy Reid and Pat Mahomes together doing what they do.
Yes, I do agree because since the beginning of the season, everyone that listened to this podcast know that I got 3 teams, and the Chiefs are one of those teams because of Andy Reid. It ain't because of, no, I only got 3. You keep saying 4. Anybody will tell you is Cincinnati Bengals because I like Joe Burrows. It's the Bills because I like Allen. And then is the Chiefs because I like their coach. With that being said, Andy Reid is a master at what he do. And I realized that because, for the last second half of the season, you realize I ain't even been talking about I haven't even been talking about the Chiefs. And when I do talk about them, it's about their offense, the capability of not moving the ball, not scoring, and the offense just look bad. But what I have to give kudos to, I hate to say it, Mahomes and Andy Reid. I'm sorry, it ain't Andy Reid. Yeah, it is. Is there? I'm putting people getting mad when I say this. I'm putting him in that Brady category. What I realize with Mahomes is it doesn't matter how bad he play and how bad they look in the regular season. When it comes to win and keep going or losing you out, he a hard man to beat. He a hard man to beat. Just a little point of emphasis. That man have been starting now for 5 years. 5 years. He going to 4 Super Bowls. He made the playoffs 5 of those 5 years. That's tough, man. That's tough. If he keep on that trajectory and play for as many years as Tom Brady, we got a new greatest. And I hate to say it because
I'm gonna chime in on that too. Cause one thing I did like about what Mahomes did, he took the game in his hand, and that's what disappointed me about Lamar. You know what I'm saying? You trying to go to the Super Bowl, man? You got to take the game over. You know what I'm saying? You got to really. I didn't see that he really wanted that game. You know what I'm saying? Pat Mahomes, you seen he wanted to win that game. You know what I'm saying? Every quarterback that won this weekend, you can tell by how they were playing and their posture, they wanted to win. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see that from Lamar at all. You know what I'm saying? He just stood in the pocket, you know, and like you said, he kept trying to go deep because he had time in the pocket. You know what I'm saying? A couple of times, you know what I mean? You know, he should have took off. You know what I mean? Take off. If it ain't there, take off. Make them daggone bring the safeties down thinking you're going to run or run the ball a little more. They ain't run the ball enough. And like Mitch said, they were very unprepared, man. Your bread and butter would have run all season. They were the number 1 running team in the league, and they didn't run the ball. So, you know, I was disappointed, man. And I'm a Ravens fan. You know, I was very disappointed in that game. And, you know, I felt like, you know, they didn't look right. I knew the game was over. You know, first quarter, I was like, man, I looked at my son, boy, this game over. I said, they're going to lose this game.
Yep.
Well, I was at basketball. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And another thing about Lamar Jackson, you go back and look at the footage on the catch that Flowers got where he got the penalty, the deep ball. That should have been a touchdown, but Flowers had to wait 5 seconds for the ball to get to him. Flowers had to come to a complete stop, and that ball just fell out the sky. The dude that was covering him ended up running slam past Flowers, because Flowers had to come to a stop and catch it, and then turn around and try to run. He hit Flowers in stride. That's a TD or whatever. And it's just, man, Lamar, man, I was extremely disappointed in him too, or whatever. But a lot of people think that that second half that the defense held the Chiefs. No, that wasn't what they were doing. The plan was for the Chiefs to get that lead because, like they said, I heard them say some of the analysts saying it earlier that we had never really seen the Ravens had to play from behind. They already knew we get a little lead or whatever on this team and their style of play, it's going to be hard for them to come back. So they just was real conservative in the second half. The Chiefs was managing the clock or whatever. The clock is against them. We got this lead. We ain't going to do nothing stupid. Throw no interception, no pick sixes, or none of that kind of stuff or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, and it's over for them.
Now, I'm going to piggyback on both of y'all points. Now, Junior made Mitchell. I didn't realize that. I didn't catch that. I did not catch it that he had to stop and wait. You see what I mean?
Get a chance, go look at it.
I'm going to go back now. He had to stop and wait.
He damn sure stopped and wait.
See, because I was at basketball practice. I was calling. I called you, Jay, just to see what was going on in the game. Because I was at basketball practice. When I got back, the game was still winnable. Now, it was a couple things I did notice. He did have time to throw the deep ball, but it was a lot of times that man took 2 steps and there were 3 people back there. I think they need to, I ain't gonna say fire the whole line, but they need to retool that line. They need to retool their offensive line coach or something, because it was a few times where he hype, boom. Next thing you know, look this way, look that way. It was 3 or 4 people in the background. Now that could be because the really great disguise in the defensive coverage and sending them right at the right time or something. But there were times where it was like his line wasn't blocking nobody. It was like a 7-on-7 and 5 of them were doggone chasing after the quarterback at times, I said.
Mm-hmm.
And Lamar poise, like you said, Jay, it didn't feel like he wanted it, because if the quarterbacks this weekend, the ones that won, like you said, Jay, they took the game over. They made that pass when they needed it. They ran it for that first down when they needed it. They was poised on the sideline or in the huddle for the guys looking like, oh, we got this because my quarterback. I mean, he was frantic. I seen him running to the sideline, throwing helmets and stuff. He 5 yards from the sideline, slamming his helmet down. Nah, man. If you are a league quarterback, no matter how your offense is doing, there are times when you take the game over. If it's knowing that, hey, I know I'm calling a pass play, but I'm gonna drop 3 steps back. I'm gonna act like I'm a passer, and I'm gonna gut them. I'm gonna take off. I mean, we seen evidence of that in other games. We're gonna get to them after this game, but yes, we seen. So I do agree, and that it didn't surprise me that their defense clamped down. But what did surprise me is they let Kelce get off. Kelce had 11 catches for 116 yards, 10.5 yards of catch with a touchdown. If you literally got 2 people that you have to guard on a passing route, so why are you letting the one person that gonna get the ball get off the way he got off? Mm-hmm. I do think their defense didn't come to play either. I think the Baltimore defense now in the second half, but I don't even care about that, because let's be for real. There have been times in the regular season that Kansas City cannot move the ball to save their life. They have been shut out numerous times in the second half. The Bills shut them out in the second half during the regular season, to be exact. And other teams, their offense don't look good if you play the right defense on Kelce, and you put a safety, you put a safety and a nickel shattering Kelce. He ain't gonna catch nothing. And then that's all you got to do is get Rice, but they ain't do that. And it made Baltimore look bad. That was the worst game Baltimore had, to me, in my opinion. And it showed characteristics of Lamar not being able to win the games that count. And that's what I didn't want to happen. That's why I picked Baltimore to win. That's why I brought that up last broadcast, just for those reasons.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Y'all can take the floor. I've been talking too much. I do apologize.
But you know what another thing I was impressed with when they go to the Chiefs, I think they did all regular season. They sit back all regular season and say, you know what, we will take the regular season and we're going to find Mahomes a number 1 receiver. Who is it that he can trust to make a catch when he need him to? They kept, Tony cost them 2 games to the point to where they didn't even let Tony fly with the team this weekend. They made him stay home or whatever, where he was tweeting, talking about from the Chiefs to my fans. I just want to let y'all know I'm not injured. The Chiefs decided that they were going to put me on the injured reserve list because Mahomes didn't want me to come. Mahomes didn't even want him on the sideline with to even have the ability to make him lose this game.
Wow.
Going right into the playoffs, they found out who his number one receiver will be, who it is that hadn't dropped the ball for him yet. That was Rice. So I said, Mahomes done found him a favorite target. So now with that defense, Kelsey and a guy that he feel like he can trust to catch that ball when he need him to is Rice or whatever. And now it's like, okay, it's the playoffs now, baby. I got 2 targets, 2 guys that I know can catch that ball when I throw it to them. And everybody else, y'all better watch out or whatever. And then another thing, Mahomes, he ain't got no true number one. Ain't had one. You look at all the other quarterbacks. Dak got CeeDee Lamb. Your boy Joe Burrow got, what's my man that went to college with him?
Chase.
Yeah, Chase.
Chase. Chase. Oh God. Chase somebody. Chase. But yeah, Chase.
Chase.
Dang.
Buffalo. You know, your boy. He got
Diggs.
I mean, you go down the list or whatever. Everybody got
Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
Flowers.
He ain't hit. And another thing I didn't want to forget about Odell or whatever. I feel so bad for him because Odell Beckham, he still got some of the best hands in football.
But he stepped up.
Speed to get no,
No, he stepped up. When they were coming back, it was because Odell was like, I'm taking this game over. And he was taking it over.
Yeah. That's true. Too. I just feel he can't get no separation no more. His hands are so good. He can catch balls with the defenders right there blanketed on him. His hands are so good, but he ain't got that separation speed no more.
Good route running, you know, if he, you know, come out of his breaks the way he needs to, he can run himself open with a route, you know, a good route, running a good tree.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, but I was impressed with Beckham because what happened was they were looking bad. Odell was like, all right, I'm gonna bring us back right quick. And they was marching when they were throwing him, and when he was getting the ball, he was catching them. He wasn't dropping them. He was making the first downs. He put the team on his back. But guess what happened? Force feeding Flowers. No, force feeding. What's his name? Flowers, I think. Force feeding Flowers threw the interception in the freaking. I believe he was trying to get at the belt. Wasn't that Odell? He threw that too.
No, that was
that double to
fumble in the end zone.
No, I'm talking about the one where he
threw in the triple cover.
Threw in the triple covers. I believe he was force feeding Odell when I don't know, it's just like he dropped back like I'm throwing it to him no matter what. Mm-hmm. Triple covers. Mm-hmm, yeah. Interception in the end zone. Now I made this look, I'm gonna tell you. I'm nominating, and I'm sorry I'm putting y'all on the spot. Y'all ain't even got to answer this. But I'm nominating Lamar Jackson and Zay Flowers as falling flat for the week in the championship game. Sorry to say it. I think because of everything that we already said about Lamar, there's no need of saying anything else about him because I don't want to dogpile on him. I think he's a extraordinary quarterback, a great athlete. But now I hate to go this way, but you got to start winning the big games. Because let's be for real, you ain't made it to the Super Bowl. You usually have your team as one of the top teams, so a lot of times you get the bye the first week. So most of the time you don't get out of the second week, and if you do, you darn sure don't get out of the third week. But now Zay Flowers. All right, Zay Flowers. I can put this whole entire loss on you, Zay Flowers. For one. Now, yes, he might have which I'm learning this today. You might have been underthrown for the touchdown, but guess what? You shouldn't have done, dummy. You shouldn't have got up and flexing standing over a man to give you a 15-yard penalty. You was close enough to 2 runs, 2 quarterback sneaks to score the touchdown. But guess what you do? You get 15 yards added on 15-yard penalty after the catch was made, bring you back out of the red zone. Now guess what? Now he have to throw you another one for you to fumble it. Then your pride injure you on the sideline because you were so mad that you fumbled the ball. So you started punching stuff, kicking, hitting stuff, and cut and lacerated your hand. I give you the fall flat of the weekend, Zay Flowers, and your honorable mention is Lamar Jackson.
Well,
am I doing too much? Am I doing too much, guys?
No, you're not, or whatever. Like you said, or whatever, man. They get Dak hell every year for not being able to win the big game or whatever. Man, it's time for Lamar to get some now.
I seen it coming a mile away.
Yeah,
exactly. I was waiting on all the memes to come out. I ain't seen but one, and they put him up against Dak. Call it Lamar Dak Prescott or something. They call
it. Lamar Prescott.
Yeah.
But Lamar, he's my honorable mention for fall flat for the whole weekend. My fall flat of the weekend is the Detroit Lions coach.
Oh, we get there. We only got 2 teams. So what we're doing is we got 2 teams. So we're gonna get them out. We're gonna talk about that first game. Then we're going to that second game. Because I got a lot to say about that one too, bro. I'm telling you now.
Hey, look,
but that's a great transition. We can transition into it because we don't beat them down. Okay. What you got?
Y'all notice that Lamar don't have any audibles at all at the line of scrimmage? Am I the only one? Am I the only one notice that?
Yeah. No,
I hadn't.
I agree.
I hadn't. That's something I'm gonna have to watch.
I mean, I was questioning his football IQ, you know what I'm saying, by the end of the game. I'm like, you go to the line and just run a play that you already see ain't gonna work. Audible out of it.
Do you think that got something to do with they were so unstoppable all year for the most part that he didn't have to? But that's something that you learn in high school most of the time. If you got a pass play and they zone or something and run the ball because you ain't got enough people in the box. So you may tell me he ain't doing that. He's just going up there and calling the play, ain't trying to check down nothing. Is he pointing out the hot so whatever the mics or anything? Is he doing any of that?
He ain't doing none of
that. I couldn't tell he checked down out of nine play that was called.
Me neither. And if you see Andy Reid say we're gonna eat this young fellow alive.
Yeah, he ain't checked down.
He ain't got no high football IQ. He just beating people on raw talent.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, he ain't gonna never win nothing. I'm just being honest. If he doing that, he ain't gonna never win nothing if that's all he doing. You got to put the work in. You got to get in the film room. You got to start looking at tendencies. I'm just doing this podcast and I'm going back diving into stuff. That's your career. You need to get in it. If that's the case.
Mm-hmm. He just beating teams with raw talent. You just think about trying to stop a quarterback that got a decent arm that run a 4.340 as well. It's the same way Tim Tebow, when he come out of there, was unstoppable until the defense figured out what he was doing. And then, you know what I'm saying? And Tim Tebow wasn't nowhere near as talented as Lamar Jackson, but he had a little spell in his career where the defense couldn't stop him.
But that little spell about 8 games of the first, what was it? 8? Hold on, no, because he came in after somebody got hurt.
Deep in the playoffs, the Broncos that year. Wasn't it the Broncos he was playing with?
It was the Broncos. But if you remember, he was averaging. I think he had like 30 yards passing a game, and all of that. It was just on him running that ball like a bull.
Yes, sir.
Doing that read option mess, and then throw a little jump pass when they get about the 3-yard line. Act like he running, and then floated up there.
Mm-hmm.
But
y'all realize this? I heard an analyst say that Lamar Jackson was the second leading receiver going into the third quarter.
Second reliever? He caught. What did he do? Catch a ball off somebody's helmet or something?
Yep.
Stop it.
They say he was the second leading receiver for his team going into halftime.
That's terrible. See, I didn't see the first half because I was at basketball practice.
Yep.
But I seen enough.
Completed 5 passes.
That's terrible. And then I want to say during basketball practice, didn't they go right down and march right down and score the touchdown, the first touchdown of the game? Wow.
Yeah, they did because the Chiefs deferred. They won the toss and deferred and let the Ravens go first. Had a first ball, and that's what it was. They said we stopped them on that first drive and score, and we get the ball back the third quarter or whatever. That's what the plan was to have a lead going into the half.
Okay. Now, since we had so much fun with Ravens, I would like for you to, one of y'all, I don't care, take the lead on our second game. And our second game was the 49ers against the Detroit Lions. Take it away, whoever.
I just want to start by saying that the 49ers do get lucky and win the Super Bowl, which I don't think they will. I think the Chiefs is going to win it again. The 49ers need to see Dan Quinn, whatever that coach name is, he need a ring too. Because he showed just gave them that game. I mean, gave it to them. Like, I don't want it, you just take it or whatever. I have never seen. This was the worst, and I like that guy or whatever, man. Like I said, man, I like him or whatever. I have never seen somebody so aggressive and do not believe in kicking field goals. That's why we beat him. When the Cowboys beat him, he refused. He refused to kick that field goal. He had to kick a field goal that beat us. This dude get in the biggest game in Detroit Lions history and will not kick the field goal. Won't.
You know what he remind me of?
What?
Me when I'm playing Madden 2024 on my PlayStation 5.
Yep, that's what I said. Just like a dude, two niggas just playing Madden and refuse to punt or kick. It's 4th and 20. I'm going for it.
But the problem with him is, which I'm sorry, I was gonna let y'all get off. But my problem with that is he could have won the game. They only lost by 3 points.
That's what I
He went for a 4th down in field goal range. I'm talking about red zone field goal range and get stopped. Those 6 points was you going to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
This is playoff time. You cannot leave points off the board. I don't care what you do in the regular season. And everybody, well, I feel like, that's how they play all. I don't care how you play in the regular season. You ain't losing and not coming back.
That's what I'm talking about. He kicked
I literally walked out the room because I was like, okay, well, dang, they about to score again. I come back, I look at a red line on the field. Then the quarterback throws it, hits the boy in the hands, and he rolling on the ground, missing it. And I'm like, well, why they even go for it? Then I look, they on the 22-yard. I'm like, what the world?
That's what I'm talking about. I've never seen anything like it. When I seen that momentum change like that, even with the Detroit Lions, with everything that could go wrong for the Detroit Lions did. Especially down when the momentum change started, when Purdy throw the ball, hit my man in his mask and fly back 5-10 yards to a receiver. Oh, what I said, here we go. But they still hit the game and controlled in.
The problem was they got that touchdown. Then they got that touchdown off that fluke once in a lifetime play. Then they got a fumble, got another touchdown. Then I think they threw an interception and got a field goal on that. Now it's only a one possession game. And you still got 9 minutes left still in the third quarter, and you still got a whole nother quarter to go. Come on now.
I ain't lying.
Come on now. But since now y'all got me souped up, I'm trying to get Jay. Jay, you ain't got nothing to say. I'm not trying to overtalk nobody, but I'm souped up about this game.
I'm just sitting here shaking my head, man. This will go down in NFL history as like a blooper. You blow a damn 20-point lead and lose the game on dumb coaching, man. It's
pure coaching. And got the audacity to tell his guys this may have been our only shot.
Oh,
You
it
sure
is.
coach
They
so I
won't.
can
They
see you
won't. They
on the
won't
show?
go back next year. They won't go back next year.
No, because they gonna lose probably 5 or 6 QBs.
My thing, all right. My thing is, I'm gonna give Purdy a shout out because Purdy could have folded.
He could have.
Brock could have folded. But guess what Brock did? Brock did what I was waiting for Lamar to do. Put the team, strap the team on his back, and look and say, let's go.
Yep.
Purdy started dropping dimes. When the receivers were open, he was dropping dimes. Then when they was covered, okay, let me take this thing. Let me take this thing for a good 20 yards. Oh, you think he about to slide? No, I ain't slide. This is the Super Bowl. Going to the Super Bowl is on the line. I'm gonna keep going. Come on now. Bernie showed me something, man. He showed me something. He showed me that, hey, look, when it's time for me to shine, I'm a freaking shine. That's what he showed me. So my standouts, just like I had a fall flat, my standout for this last week was Brock Purdy. I mean, let me see, how many yards did he throw for? Do I even got it? He was only 20 for 31, 267 yards with 1 interception, 1 touchdown. But still, when the game was out of control, the momentum was gone. He didn't fold. He didn't get emotional. He stuck with the game plan. But I got a joke, though. I really think Shanahan called his dad. He went in that halftime and called his dad. Hey, Dad.
One thing I'm gonna say to that. Shanahan was scared, and I'm gonna call my brother out. He was scared too. Them going in the halftime. The look on Shanahan.
The look on his face.
That joker was ghost white. He was.
I seen it.
I talked to my brother at halftime. Hey man, boy, it's over. Boy, it's over. I said, damn right, it's over. Yeah, at least I thought it would.
Well, I mean, you got to think his dad is one of the best offensive minds that ever coached the game.
That joke got them. They got them lucky breaks, man. The lucky breaks brought them back in the game.
I believe he called his dad, man. I believe he called him, or his dad called him. Look, you know his dad, even though he don't have a position on the 49ers, is well known that he got an office inside the facilities. You see what I'm saying? Y'all know Mike Shanahan. Ain't it Mike Shanahan? He used to coach the Broncos, got them 3 or 4, whatever. I think it's 3 championships. You know, Mike called him. Hey, we got plenty to go. Let's stick with the game plan. We worked on this game plan all week. Take your time. We got it. We just got to make sure our quarterback don't fall. Our quarterback need to stand right now. That's all we need is a lucky turnover here. Let's stop a 4th down. Let's go get them. Hey, we see their tendencies. Do you know they like to push the envelope? They don't kick field goals. They go for it on 4th down. Let's stop them a couple times. We can get this back. We can get the momentum. And we home. So that means once we get the momentum back, we got our fans. Our fans going to carry us. I can see his dad calling him when he calling his dad, man. Y'all think I'm joking, but I really think so. Cause I understand. Cause I listen. Hey, look, you are right. I watch him. That camera panned on him. That joker hands was shaking. He was ghost white. He didn't even look like the same person. Looked like he aged 20 years on the sideline in that first half.
I ain't lying.
I looked at him. I'm like, man, he don't even look like himself. If I didn't know that it was him, I wouldn't know who that guy was.
Boy, I ain't never seen anything like it, but I got a lead like that going into the 3rd. I could have coached that game from my living room. You ain't beat me. Not with that 2-headed monster, them 2 running backs you got back there. Man, I remember that clock so bad. By the time my first possession would have been over with, it would have been 8 minutes going off the clock.
Yeah, cause I wouldn't even been snapping the ball till it got down to 5 seconds.
Bingo.
I'd have been waiting every single time. I've been standing there looking around.
And I wouldn't have been, and hate to say it, I wouldn't have been throwing the ball till it was 3rd down.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I would have had them fans booing so bad because that game would have been so ugly. People would have been talking about, okay, this is an ugly football game. I don't like what they doing. Nah, I'm trying to win this game. I'm running the ball every time, and I'm not going to snap it until it's one on that clock, and I'm running it again. All the way.
I feel you.
I'm going to milk that clock on you. You give me a 3-possession lead.
Hey, basically, you're going to slow it down so long, you're going to slow it down so slow that you're going to throw your quarterback out of rhythm. I know that's right. I know that's right. So basically,
you got to think about it. You got the potential to take a minute off the clock every down. If you slow the game down and you run the ball, you taking a minute and a half off the clock every single play. Minute and a half every single play.
He got 2 1,000-yard rushers on his team.
Right.
And them guys nice too, man. And I'm gonna tell you somebody else that's nice. Number 9, that wide receiver. Oh my goodness, he showed me something.
Yes,
that guy is nice.
Yes,
that guy will hit that hole like a running back. Broke that thing for about 50, 60 yards. I mean, shaking tackles off, making him look like a man among boys.
Yes, sir.
I can't believe it, man. I mean, now, I forgot. But my fall flat for the week for that, I'm giving a big dummy to the coach. I don't know his name. His name even worth remembering. And the way he lost, if I was the owner, I might be tempted to fire him just because he gave that game away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you got all these people talking about, hey, he's our coach for the future. Not coaching like that, he ain't.
Yeah, okay. Let him keep playing man and tell him to keep playing manager.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, all in all, I do think this weekend was a great weekend. I do think that, we have a coach that gave a game away. That was one of the all-time meltdowns. The only other meltdown I seen like that was the Super Bowl against the Falcons against Brady. Other than that, it was an all-time meltdown.
It was. And
I do think the other game, like I said, I think Lamar just did not live up to his greatness and what we think he is.
Right.
He's just an athlete, man. He's a hell of an athlete. But as far as taking over the game and methodically thinking and what I'm saying, I don't think it's I may be wrong, but I don't think it's IQ that high. It just don't seem like it is to me.
I hope we're wrong about that because I don't want that to be the case. Amen. But the way I'm looking at it, I think it is a lot of sheer talent. Michael Vick, a lot of his stuff was sheer talent. If that is the case, if we are right about those things, he need to fix it. He need to fix it all year, especially when you can't audible to a play. When you loaded up in the box, you got 8 men in the box, and you know that you got one-on-one coverage, and you still gonna run it when you got one-on-one coverage on the outside. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those are common. Those are common audibles. So.
And then maybe the coach just got that much faith in his athleticism that no matter if they stack the box or not. Because a lot of times he do get away from that blitz. So maybe it's the coach. Maybe it's the coach just having that much faith in him, saying, hey, I got Lamar Jackson. I don't care what y'all do to me. Lamar gonna do his thing. But he just, I think he froze. You know what I mean? He froze up. I know Lamar can play better than that, but he froze, man.
Yeah, he can.
He froze, man.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm leaning now when I'm playing the back of my head. I'm leaning it more on Andy Reid's game plan in what is his name? Spagnolia or Spag somebody? I think it was their game plan. I think he didn't know what to do. He was wool gathered. A wool gatherer, man, you just don't know what to do. You're scared. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what to do. I think it was wool gatherer. Because there were times he took a 2-step drop And he looked, I see a man coming this way, see a man coming that way, and a man coming up the middle. I felt like his offensive line was just letting him go through at points and times of that game.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, it's time to get to that time of the show for us to brag on who won the picks. This week, I finally got a win, but I'm tied with Mitchell. So Mitchell was I'm tied with you today. Let me finish. I'm tied with you for last weekend. Me and you tied. You won a game, I won a game. With that being said, you are still the playoff pick leader because you won 2 weekends, Jay won a weekend, and I pretty much tied with you a weekend. So basically, the best I can do is tie. The best Jay can do is tie, and you can actually be the playoff pick leader and winner. Well, but we ain't gonna do our picks now. We got next weekend to do them. Y'all said y'all wanted to grind this week, next week coming up. I guess we can talk about, like y'all said, you said that was a really good idea. By that time, we'll have the defensive MVPs, the offensive MVPs, the rookie of the year. We can talk about I don't know if I'm gonna look at it, the Pro Bowl, because they don't play a football game no more. They play flag football, so I doubt I even look at that crap. But if we don't do nothing but come in here and get our picks on record. With that being said, you're in the driver's seat to win the playoffs. And or if you lose and we tie, we'll have to go on point spread. So with that being said, I done said enough. So I don't have a weekly wrap up final thoughts. So I'm handing it to you. Get your thought off.
Oh, okay. It was something I wanted to say about the Detroit Lions that remind me of a famous saying that John Madden used to always say, "Rest in peace, John Madden." But he used to always say to the Detroit Lions coach, "If you watching," and John Madden will say to you, "If you had a got it when it was 3rd and 3, you wouldn't have to go for 4th and 3. Kick the field goal."
Yeah.
John Madden say that all the time. If you get it, if you had a got it when it was 3rd and 3, you wouldn't have to punt it, or you wouldn't have to kick the field goal. You know what I'm saying? So I used to love to hear John Madden say that. But overall,
That's right.
Pat Mahomes. I just want to think about something you said earlier. You said that he's approaching that Tom Brady. If you ask me, he's already there. By far he's the best I've ever seen so far as his talent or whatever.
Yeah,
the throw that he made or whatever. See, Tom Brady was just his IQ was just so high or whatever. But there was throws that Tom Brady couldn't make because he didn't have unbelievable arm strength or whatever. He was just so smart. You would never come back from 3 possessions down against Tom Brady or whatever because he's not going to let you. Tom Brady is going audible when he sees things that's not right or whatever at the line of scrimmage or whatever. And Tom Brady is going to see where them blitzes is coming from before he snapped the ball because his IQ was so high. I see all of that all rolled into Pat Mahomes, and he's just so fun to watch or whatever. And let the 49ers better get their stuff together because they snuck by the Green Bay Packers. And I've never seen a team that completely snuck by their first 2 opponents and went to the Super Bowl and snuck by and won the Super Bowl too. You get behind on this Kansas City Chiefs team or whatever, you might as well count some Christmas. Because Pat Mahomes and Taylor Swift and them ain't happy.
But I got one more thought. I got one more thought. I'm giving you kudos on calling that it's going to be hard to beat Taylor Swift when the city and the NFL they done a certain airplane line done started booking flights from Kansas City to Las Vegas, round trip. Guess what they are called? Flight 1986, named after Taylor Swift's last album, and on the return flight is Flight 87. Kelsey's number. Yes. So the flights that's going from Kansas City to Vegas and back is literally packaged up a Taylor Swift and Chelsea and Travis Kelce package.
Good gracious sakes.
They had that plan. They had that plan week 6. They had that plan. If you roll it out that fast after they went, you know that mess was planned. You have to go through the United States transportation and all kinds of stuff. You know how that stuff. I fly all the time. That mess. You got to add extra flights, extra planes. Yes,
that's a fact.
That was set up. That was set up week 6.
Yeah,
that was set up week 6.
Everybody involved in the flights.
Yes, Department of Transportation. Everybody. Yes. But yep, that's well, that's all I got, guys. We right at 50 minutes. I mean, it flew by because it was some great conversations. I wish everybody a great, successful, and safe week. And I love y'all guys. I'm gonna send a message because it's some things about Pat Mahomes that I don't really care for. But I'm gonna talk about that. I'm gonna put that in our text group off camera.
I'm gonna say 2 things, and then I'm gonna let it ride off into the sunset tonight. Y'all, shout out to the Jones family, man. We lost one last night. Miss Virginia Jones from the old road.
Really? Hold on, cuz. You made it. How am I just finding this out?
I don't know, cuz. Yeah, that's Banky.
Wow.
Banky and Mike Woodhouse mama. So
I didn't know that either. I didn't know that was their mama. I thought that was their aunt or something.
No, that's their mama, man. Yeah, just keep our family in your prayers. And one last thing, how about them Tar Heels?
Oh yeah, we won last week. We 9-0. We 9-0 in the ACC.
Yeah, we got Duke this weekend, don't we?
Oh, do we?
I think so.
Okay.
I ain't heard nothing about them. They fell off the map since Krzyzewski gone.
They almost lost to Clemson. They lucky they won that game. Clemson was beating the dog out of them. They squeaked by and won that game the weekend.
I got you. I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. Sometimes I think Pat Mahomes don't embrace his African American side. That's all I'm gonna say. That's what I feel like he embraces his mother's side more than his father's side, and sometimes that rubs me the wrong way. That's all I got to say.
Well, you gotta look at who raised him. You know what I mean? He was raised by his mom, grandma, and all them. His dad was there, but you know what I'm saying? He was raised by his mama, man.
I can't say that. I mean, sure, he was throwing playing catch with pro baseball players on the Detroit team.
Yeah, his dad tried to be like Barry Sanders' dad, but he couldn't match that energy. Barry Sanders' dad had that energy.
I mean, I thought he was raised in a 2-parent household, and his dad played professional baseball. You see pictures of him all the time running around out there with his mini uniform on. His dad was a professional baseball player. He out there throwing baseball, having batting practice, and all of that stuff. So to me, myself, I thought he was. I just feel like to me that he don't really identify with his father's side, and to me that kind of it's off-putting to me. But that's just me. But anyway,
he could be a mama's boy.
I mean, I'm a mama's boy, but it's still. But anyway, y'all guys be blessed. Have an awesome night. Have an awesome week. And be safe. And I appreciate it and love y'all.
Love y'all too, man.
Same here. Love y'all. Y'all be easy.
All right. Later. I'll play us out of here.